What is going on, people? What is going on? I don't think I got anybody here right now. Y'all know I haven't I haven't really done a live by myself in a long time. It's been a minute since I've come on and done a live by myself. Right now, Chris is on vacation. He's enjoying some long overdue vacation with his family. So let's send some love and appreciation his way. This was supposed to be on his channel this week, but because he's not on vacation, we're gonna throw it on my channel. I'm going to do the same rap that I've always done, man. I used to do these all the time. We used to do them on Wednesday mornings. We used to do like some Funko news and stuff like that. I see wifey's in the house. What's up, wifey? Wifey is the first one in here today. This is gonna be an unusual day. Josh, how are you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Good to see you in the house. So, like I was saying a second ago, I used to do these all the time. I used to come on Wednesday and I would just kind of drop the Funko news that was hitting that Wednesday, and that's what I'm going to do today without Chris being here. We're just going to kind of jump on here and drop some news real quick. We'll see who shows up. I mean, who doesn't show up. There's a lot of stuff going on in Funko community right now, though. If anyone's telling you at this moment that there's not a lot of news out there, then they're not paying very much attention. I mean, we have the new Vader that's coming out. We have some new Doctor Strange pops. We have the Mother's Day stuff that I bet everyone missed. As a matter of fact, I missed this here recently. I missed the fact that they dropped some Mother's Day stuff over one of their blogs. I'm gonna share that in a little bit. We have Star Wars. I can't remember. I think it's called Galacticon. Galacticon will be coming out here real soon. And I don't know if you can see like my makeshift setup I have behind me here at some point. I will fix it and correct it and we will go a little further with it. But for now, this is exactly what's gonna have to work. I mean, this is gonna have to work for now as far as that goes. And like I said, hey, look, we have a god awful amount of news that's been going on in the Funko community. We have eBay that just recently teamed up with a few other people, purchased like 25% of Funko, which is also one of them that is kind of crazy. We'll go over that a little bit more. We have some companies that's been notified as scammers by the Better Business Bureau. We'll get into that a little bit more as well. I'm gonna get some boxes open, and look, I really thought that we were gonna have somebody else on here tonight, and maybe here in a little bit I'll drop a link over there in the comments if you want to jump in real quick. That's cool. If you don't, then that's cool too. I'm going to get one of these really awesome like Entertainment Earth mystery boxes open, though. I know that I get these all the time, and what happens is they send them and then I don't remember what's in them, and I know that they send me an email, but it gets somewhere lost in the mix of the mail, and I don't really pay much attention after a while. Let's hit that chat real quick, though. I see that the wifey was in there. Josh, what is going on? Nadia, aka Little Monsters in the house. Lass, how are you doing? Zach, what's up, brother? What's up? It's good to see you. BK Phillips, how are you doing today? Hey guys, I appreciate all of y'all coming and hanging out with me. The room is a mess right now. I mean, as you can see, I am not where I normally am sitting, so I kind of had to makeshift today to just kind of make it work. So far, I think the floor is completely dry. I mean, so I think we're headed in the right direction. I still got to get a plumber to come out and fix some pipes, and then I'm gonna have to fix some walls, and then I'm gonna have to put down some paint, and it's just going to be a massive project, probably for the next 3 or 4 months. But I'm gonna make it work, right? I mean, because that's what we do. We're just gonna make it work, and I'm gonna keep plugging away at it. I look at it like this, right? I look at it like it gave me a chance to redo the studio in ways that I had looked later and thought, if I was doing it again, I would have done this, right? Or if I was doing it, if I had to do it over, I would have done that. Well, I'm now that I'm going to do it over, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, right? I mean, so I have some walls that I would have painted black. I mean, especially the one that has like the hustle is a verb. I know that we've all seen this in my videos. That was kind of this something that I made and I printed it, and I took the Cricut and had it cut out and then I put it on the wall. I would have painted that wall black. I mean, so I can go back now and just kind of fine tune the things that I would have done a little differently. Like the shelves that were behind me, I didn't really like them being there. Just because of the height of them, they kind of mess with me a little bit. So I'll redo that. I mean, so there's lots of positives that come out of things. You just sometimes have to find that silver lining in life and ride with it. And I hate to sound like I'm Mr. Positive, because I can promise you that I am not always Mr. Positive. That's not who I am in general. I think, to be completely honest, I am a pessimist by nature, and I strive to be an optimist. I mean, so if we're being honest, that's where I'm at. Yesy Lou, what is up, brother? Hey, Yesy Lou, I'll drop you a link over there on Instagram real quick if you want to come on. Let me hit you up on Instagram real quick if you want to come on. If you don't, that's cool too. But I'm gonna drop this over there real quick if you just want to come hang out for a second. I ain't seen Yesy Lou in a minute. I've hit up a few other people on there. We'll see. Let's get over to the let's get over to here real quick. Let me see if I can find Yesy Lou. Yesy Lou, Yesy Lou. There he is. Man, Yesy Lou. I'm gonna drop this link over there. If you feel like dropping in for a minute, drop in. If you don't, hey, that's all good too. So I'm gonna get this box opened up real quick, and we're gonna talk about that for a minute. I don't know what's in this box. It's one of those Entertainment Earth mystery boxes. I hate to say that they're mystery boxes because we all know that Entertainment Earth doesn't necessarily like drop you mystery boxes. Little monster, hit me up on Instagram. I'll shoot you a link real quick. Hit me up on Instagram. I'll shoot you a link real quick. Who is that? Any partial pops? Yeah, I've got so it's a lot more than I would like to admit, BK. There's going to be lots of like pops that are coming out of the box now versus in the box, and I've got some really awesome chases that are going to be coming out of the box as well. I mean, so it's going to be interesting. And check this out. Let me see if I can drop this right here. Let's see if I can drop this link right here. Look, I'm going to drop this link in here. If y'all want to come hang out, come hang out real quick. I think that I can drop it like that. If it works like that, y'all let me know. If it doesn't work like that, I mean, I guess I'll find out in a minute. If y'all want to come hang out, come hit that link up real quick. We'll chat for a little bit, hang out some. There's going to be some chases that are coming out of boxes that I'm not 100% happy that are coming out of boxes, but this is what I can say, right? I bought a lot of my pops in twos. So the fact that I got them in twos means that I had one that was on the shelf, and then I had one that was not on the shelf. So I actually have most of my pops already in duplicates. So you're just gonna see some of them come out versus some of them staying in. This is going to be another one of those really awesome like Make-A-Wish pops. I have some of these that are coming in. The first round of the Make-A-Wish pops that I was actually going over were actually not mine. So the only one out of the Make-A-Wish pops that were mine was the Winnie the Pooh. That was the only one that was mine. The rest of them are not mine. So I've kind of slowly like funneled them into my collection now, and Entertainment Earth was just the easiest way to funnel a lot of these guys in there. And I don't know if you've actually had a chance to see these, but these things are absolutely incredible in person. I love the fact that they're the SE, the special edition, the box. Look, I got to get this one out because these just don't do that much justice inside of the box. These are some of them that I think that you almost have to take out of the box. And I know that sounds insane for me to say that you have to take something out of the box, but this is some of them that you just have to take out of the box. And Phillips, it really was good that I had them like that. But on the same note, it's kind of messed up because I have some chases that I didn't have like that. I mean, we all know that chases aren't that easy to get your hands on. I lost some of them in the mix. I think the thing that upset me the most wasn't necessarily the pops that I lost, but I lost a good collection of comics that I know that I'm never going to get replaced. And I don't know if y'all remember that. A lot of y'all will. I see that there's a lot of people that's in the chat that will remember when we were doing it was JB, JKL, Chris, and myself, and we would all do these not channel reviews. We do these series reviews, right? So we started off with one of the Mandalorians, and then we went from the Mandalorian into WandaVision. In the mix of going from the Mandalorian to WandaVision, I kind of had a lot of conversations with JB, and I don't know if y'all know JB from Discovery Bay Comics, but he's a really awesome guy, and he's been through a lot with his family, and he's overcome so much. So if you don't know who JB is with Discovery Bay Comics, somebody drop a link over there real quick. I'll make somebody the moderator real quick. I don't see anybody in the moderators right now, so I'll make one of y'all a moderator real quick. And how about y'all like drop Discovery Bay Comics over there? So in the mix of talking to JB, he kind of gave me a lot of inside knowledge of things without really like giving me knowledge, right? I mean, he kind of helped me see things that I wouldn't have otherwise seen, like the fact that the Wandas were going to go way up in price when WandaVision came out. It was just one of those things that was going to happen. You were going to find that Wanda became very popular, and that you could buy those comics for next to nothing before WandaVision came out. There's only like 24 of them altogether. There's not very many of the WandaVisions. It wasn't a hugely successful show, so that's what I did. I went and started gathering all the WandaVisions that I could get my hands on. I think that I had them all with the exception of one. is how many of them that I had. And I'd have to go through to be exact, but it was, I want to say that it was all of them with the exception of the White Vision is the one that I want to say. Yeah, drop JB's channel over there, Discovery Bay Comics, if you would, please. All of them, with the exception of JB, all of them with the exception of that one, is the ones that I had. So I lost all of those. I can't replace some of them. Some of them went up to $300, $400, $500. The first like appearances of I want to say it was like her sons. I would have to go back through them exactly, but some of them went way up in price. They went way up in price really fast, and the same thing happened with so many other things that Marvel has done here recently, like with the Lokis and different ones. So that was really the most hurting part. And I'm not going to say devastating because it's not really devastating. At the end of the day, it's a comic book that would have had to have been graded, and it was just in my collection. So those were the ones that upset me the most. But other than that, look, it's just something that happens. It's a part of life. You have little things in life that happen from time to time. This guy still doesn't do it justice when you're looking at it. This is one of them that you have to see in person. Sully has like the spots on his back. I don't know that if he had these in the show versus anywhere else, but this is something when I did the review on this one that I wasn't 100% certain of, right? I wasn't 100% certain if he had the spots on his back, but he doesn't have them anywhere else. So, I mean, it would have to have been on there like that. I'm just going to assume that it was on there like that. Maybe it wasn't. This is a really awesome pop, and all of the Make-A-Wish stuff is really, really awesome. I mean, to be completely honest with you, I think now I am starting to get behind more of the I'm starting to get further behind more of the, how do I say this, more of the not, I don't want to say charity, but the cause pops, right? The pops with the cause, pops with a purpose is what Funko calls them. I'm starting to really enjoy a lot of those, a lot more than I am maybe some of the other pops, because I feel like you are contributing to something other than buying a piece of vinyl, right? You're like the Earth Day pops, I got so many of them, the breast cancer awareness pops, the pride pops, the Make-A-Wish pops. For some reason, all of those have become like really like close to my heart, and I really appreciate those. I have a lot of stuff here written down that I want to go over today, though. So there's so much of this stuff that I want to go over today, but I'm gonna start off with the die-cast Vader. Now, I don't know if y'all have seen the die-cast Vader, if you've been paying any of that any attention, but they recently moved him from the front of their page to the back of their page, and we just about know that anytime they start moving them to the front of the page to the back of the page means that it's probably about to drop. Now, if I had to speculate, I would say that it's going to drop here probably tomorrow, is my guess on this, is that we'll see that one drop tomorrow. But I want to talk a little about the how Funko is trolling you at this moment, and you haven't honestly realized that Funko is trolling you. Funko is kind of trolling all of us at this moment. They've kind of been trolling us just a little, and I want to point this out because once I point this out to you, you're going to be like, "Oh no, I can't believe that I didn't see that." So they started it off with the Boba Fett. They took the Boba Fett diecast and they made a Chase variant. Now, when I originally seen this Boba Fett in this diecast, I said that something is wrong, right? I mean, something is wrong with this Chase. They just took a die cast figure and didn't paint it, and then they didn't put Chase anywhere on the case. They put a sticker at Chase on the back of the stand. This is the most laziest way that I can possibly think of that you could add a Chase variant to anything that I could possibly think of. Creative Mind says I need to add some clickbait. I mean, I guess I could add a little bit of clickbait in there. I try not to add too much clickbait and stuff. I try to keep things like really close to being clickbait, but not like super over the top clickbait. So I don't know. I don't know. We're probably gonna sit down and do a different one. We've decided sometime back that we were gonna keep our thumbnails into this into this kind of cartoony way we were going to do it. I think the next one that we said we was going to come up with was either going to be the Simpsons or we were going to do the Mario Brothers. I can't really remember what we agreed on, but we plan on doing a new thumbnail like every quarter of the year. So you should see about 4 different thumbnails this year. Theoretically, you should see 4. You're probably only going to see 3 because, to be completely honest, they take a lot of work to sit down and really do. Yeah, I mean, Nick says he could care less about it. So this is kind of where Funko has gotten us, right? So Funko kind of has tricked everyone with this. This is a Chase variant. This is not a Chase variant. This is a not painted diecast pop. And here's the funny thing about this, and I'm wondering if later down the road this means that they're going to become worth more money. I don't know if you've ever seen anything that was diecast that didn't have paint on it, but I think because I was a very adventurous kid that played outside, I guess is the best way to say this. I played outside a lot. Me and my brother played outside a lot. We had a lot of fun outside. We really didn't stay indoors a whole lot. We had die-cast Hot Wheels that we would play with out in the dirt. They would stay out in the rain and they would age, right? And when the paint comes off a die-cast, it takes a little while, but it starts to kind of do what the Statue of Liberty did. It starts to oxidize after a while, and after it starts to oxidize, it starts to change colors. So it goes from that die cast look, which is a pot metal. Pot metal's really cheap to begin with, right? I mean, Explorer. I mean, you're about right, to be completely honest with you. You're about right, to be completely honest with you. So it's a pot metal. Pot metals are not that great to begin with. Hold on, I see that we got JB in the background. I got to pull JB in here real quick. JB, what is going on, brother?
I am so sorry I'm late,
Oh, you don't
fellas,
have to be
man.
sorry,
I got
brother.
the kids. Enough said, right? That's all you
Yeah,
gotta say. I
you
got
don't have
kids.
to be sorry, brother. It happens.
Man.
It happens. Let me pull this down real quick because I'm gonna chat with JB for a minute because I was
Oh
giving you
man,
props.
thanks. I
I was
appreciate you.
giving you props as we were starting this off today about coming from The Mandalorian to WandaVision and how I got to pick your brain. A lot of people don't know this, right? A lot of people don't know that we got to like pick JB's brain like
Oh my
before and
god.
after our lives. And we got to find out a little bit more about comics than we would have otherwise known. Like
All right.
coming into WandaVision, that all of their comics were going to go up. I mean, so we kind of had talked to JB, and JB says, "Oh, definitely. By the time it drops, they're going to start climbing up. You could buy them for $1 a comic." Then now, I mean, $1 a comic. I mean, easily. There's 24 of them, right? Am I right about that one? I think there's only 24 of them.
In which series? There are so
Just
many different
WandaVision,
in the
not like
WandaVision
not
series.
Scarlet
Oh,
Witch, just WandaVision.
I'm not quite sure what the actual print run, how many different issues there were, but I will tell you, if you look at what Disney Plus is putting out, all comic books are affected. And what I'm seeing is not only is it movies or shows, the the passion of the fan with regards to Disney and Marvel properties, people are rabid. And even snippets of events that happen in these shows that if they tie back to a comic book, people want that comic book. I don't know. I'll give you a really quick example. There's a new show coming, another new show coming on Disney Plus. Kamala Khan, who is just a teenager, a 16-year-old teenager who has powers. Her trailer has just broke. Maybe a couple of days ago, I think there was an updated trailer, and in that trailer, one of the scenes is straight up taken from the comic book cover, where she's sitting on the light pole and her cape is waving in the wind. That book is on fire, and you had to know when the character was coming. Now you have to know when the characters are coming in the future, and there are more
Right?
coming. I mean, we know that Obi-Wan Kenobi is coming at the end of this month. I'll tell you right now, Obi-Wan Kenobi's first appearance in comic books is still greatly undervalued. It's Star Wars issue number 2 from 1977, and it is about to pop hard when this thing hits. Thanks for having me on again. Sorry to kind of take over
Oh,
the show, but
it
I
happens.
really
Don't worry.
appreciate the opportunity to talk, especially because comic books gets me excited. Keep in mind that when the show does break, if it's not good, Morbius, um, things can go south real quick when you're specking on a character and then they pop and Carnage. The movie's not good. So when is that sell time? I think I've defined it, and I'm going to share this tip with you right now. It's the final trailer. All of the books that were associated to this latest movie, the Doctor Strange, the time to sell was after the final trailer, but before the movie came out.
Yeah.
Because once the movie came out, it was almost a disappointment for some. I mean, we're not gonna get into I don't want to do any spoilers, but I will tell you that movie was scary. And it showed Wanda in a very scary way. And I heard that the actual original take of this movie was actually cut back. It was too scary for Marvel fans. I mean, Raimi is a horror, right? He's a director of horror movies. The time to sell, it looks like going forward, and I'm telling you, it seems that it's the final trailer. If you got a book associated to a property that's coming out, once that final trailer drops, that's your time to sell if you were looking to sell. Because once the movie comes out, if it's bad, Carnage. If it's horrible, Morbius, you're going to miss your window. And it's true. It is so true.
Appreciate you, brother. Let me
Thanks
hit
for
this
having me
real
on,
quick.
man. It's been a wild ride. If anyone's wondering what's going on with the old eye here, I'm just going to disclose so that you guys know I've been out of the mix a little bit. And I'll give you a really crazy stat. Gentlemen of this complexion, fair. When you get into your late 40s, early 50s, oh man, I guess 1 in 5 of us, which is unbelievable. 1 in 5 of us, light skin, 1 in 5 get a skin cancer in their life. And thank God it's just a skin cancer, because my wife beat breast cancer. What she went through to beat that, I have nothing to complain about, because all they did was go in and cut the thing off, cut a little deeper, check it and make sure they got it, and sent me on my way. And I have nothing to complain about because I survived it. So yeah, this is just a little bout of skin cancer. In the tell, oh man, I'll tell you right now, anything that's not circular, if it looks not circular, like oblong, and starts to grow off in a funky direction, go get it looked at. Go get it looked at early. I waited way longer than I should have. Obviously, I don't know about you. I don't want to go to the doctor. My point is,
I'm allergic to them.
It's not bad until I actually go to the doctor and he confirms that it's bad. Right. And maybe if I don't never go, it won't be that bad.
That's right. No. Exactly. I think that's the male mentality, though.
This thing, I thought it was a pimple, and it doubled in size and doubled in size and doubled in size. And and there's no joke, man, about the 8th week, my wife was like, no, this thing is ridiculous. Go in and get it looked at. It was bad. So that was a little bout of skin cancer. We beat that. Back to the topic at hand.
Glad you beat that one.
I came in and you were on the Chris real quick. You were on the metal. Dude, I am so hardcore on these metal Funkos right now.
Let me hit this for Chris real quick. Damn! You, brother. Appreciate you, brother. I really do. Really do appreciate you. So,
oh, man.
So I want to talk about the Wanda real quick, though, because you were talking about she was dark. I actually really enjoyed this version of Wanda, but I was a little pissed off because I thought we were going to a Doctor Strange without giving too many spoilers. It was, to me, just an extension of WandaVision. It was really where WandaVision was supposed to go, and it didn't. They didn't have enough episodes left, so they made a movie.
I agree with you. Plus, the rumor was that originally Doctor Strange was supposed to be in that WandaVision series, but they couldn't get him filmed.
Yes.
And all of those commercials were supposed to be cut, his way of getting a message to her type thing. And I agree with you. This was definitely an extension of that. What I want to know is, again, without getting crazy spoiler, because you guys have got to see that, we're a week into this, at the end of the show, and I loved that show, man. I was blown away by that show. By the end of that show, she had redeemed herself, right? It was over. She had come to the conclusion that this wasn't real and she needed to take it down. And she was truly sorry for what she had done. And you could see it in her face. There was remorse there. What the heck? I know there's that final scene where the dark hold gets her and she's, because she goes straight heel turn. This is a very twisted, dark version of this character. And one of the comments I think that she makes in the movie that's too bad is, what does she says? I sent the beast. I can't remember what it was, because that's not as bad as what it could have been, which is me, because this is what you didn't want to see, me coming after you. Oh man, she was brutal.
I kind of like that one real quick, but we'll get off of that and move over into the diecast.
Diecast.
I was bringing up the diecast. I got somebody backstage real quick. We'll bring her on real quick for 2 seconds while we talk about it. Then I'm gonna end that one. So let me throw this one up there real quick, and we'll bring on Lass real quick.
What
Lass,
is up, boys?
Hey,
5 minutes. We'll talk about the diecast, and it looks like I've got people backstage blowing up. I had to take that link down real quick.
Can we kind of start real quick on the top when we talk about
I ruined
diecast?
it for everybody. I'm sorry.
On the introduction of this line, when I first saw the price, I had a little bit of sticker shock.
Same.
But then when you felt the quality of this product in your hand, I was like, this is where I'm going. I want to pivot to this higher end.
Are they doing better with the bases though? Because the first ones that came out, a lot weren't like sticking in there very well. They were falling out and breaking. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like those bases were kind of weak, where the rest of them looks dope. Mm-hmm. Obviously the die cast is cool. The like custom, shield's cool, but those bases, are they improving as they keep making them?
No, the bases are staying exactly the same. They've done nothing to improve the line whatsoever. Look, when they came out with Captain, I have Captain back behind me. I was a pretty big fan of these in general, but as they're starting to come out with the chases, they're pushing me further and further away from them because how lazy the chase is. I'm sorry. It's lazy. They just simply didn't paint the
used like nail polish remover and took the paint off.
They didn't paint it at all.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like I could literally buy the common, nail polish remover that baby, and sell it as a chase. Not that I would, but I'm like, these are kind of lazy. Agreed. I could make this.
I don't have a chase. I have not been lucky enough to acquire any chases.
Well, I mean, you had Hot Wheels as a kid, right? I mean, we were boys. We had Hot Wheels, right? You ever have the diecast? You ever had the paint come off your diecast?
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, that's what this is. I mean, it just sucks.
It really does.
For the life of me, I can't figure out why they came up with something so lazy. I like
because I know people will be excited because it says chase. They're like, they're not gonna care. It's a chase. It's cool. Buy it. It's limited.
Now, what did you want them to do? Tell me, did you want to keep it in mind what people do with regards to it has to weigh the same. So it's not like you can. How much can you change it to where?
I think they could have done another paint scheme. They could have made him chrome. They could have done so many other things and just not paint it. I mean, they could have painted it blue, purple, green, orange, made it a galactic style. They could have went the sky was the limits as far as their creativity when it comes to paint, but they chose not to. They just chose to leave it unpainted and then put the chase sticker. They didn't even put chase on the case. They put a chase sticker inside on the stand. I mean, it's to me, it was someone sat there and said, "Hey, how do we sell these at the same price and do less work?" And they were like,
Let's
"Oh,
just don't paint on paint, guys. Just throw a chase sticker in there.
Just don't paint it. And we're going to call it a chase." I mean, I don't know. Super, super lazy.
I think we have somebody backstage, by the way.
We do have somebody backstage.
Oh, man, we're going to have a party tonight.
It's a
party in here.
And then I'm going to kick you and bring her on.
You went from having like no guests to having a bunch of guests.
This is what happens when you're like, anybody that wants to join, come on. And now we're just like swarming. It's like a moth to a flame.
And I'm going to scroll.
You'll never do it again.
I am going to scroll through y'all one at a time. Lass, what do you have going on this week? Talk to us. What do you got?
Oh my God, I don't have anything going on. I have zero plans. Now, mind you, I did drop a video like today showing off one of my new blacklight pops because I love anything shiny, boys. So I definitely love the blacklight. So I dropped that today. Other than that, I'm just floating along. I know we'll have a Pop the Chaos stream on Wednesday after Hot Topics. But other than that, y'all just hit that bell on my channel because, again, who knows what and when will be happening because I don't even know. Just throwing it out there.
Very cool.
I appreciate you stopping by. I'm gonna kick you out of here real quick. Bring on the next
Thank
person.
you, Laz. Well, I'm gonna go check your
Have a
video
good
out.
one.
We got to get a link for your video in there.
We are gonna have to get a link to her video in
Right?
there. How are you doing?
Eating.
It's just
You let her in
eating.
the wrong
That's
time.
right. Grabbed her at the
Boom.
wrong moment.
I'm
Nice.
doing good.
That is awesome. I'm trying to grab your name and I can't for some reason figure out your name. JB, who
Okay.
are we?
Okay. The reason why
Nadia?
I wrote not, yes, it is. The reason why I put not the host is because a lot of people, when I go on lives, there's a specific person named Mr. Crispers says, "Oh, it's the host." Now everybody's gonna really like every
Got it.
time I go on lives, like Big Easy's or anybody, everybody's like, "Oh, it's the host." So yeah, it's gonna be not the host.
Not the
So,
host. I get it. I
not
get
the
it.
Now it
host.
makes sense. Now it makes sense. Well, now that we got you here, I appreciate you coming on real quick. I'm going to pull up. Did y'all catch the Mother's Day stuff that Funko put out? Did y'all
No,
catch
show
that?
me.
No, I didn't catch it until today, to be completely honest with you. Today, I'm scrolling through the news and through the blogs, and I thought, well, what is this? Because I just did not catch it. So Funko decided that they were going to put out some pops that they were considering for Mother's Day.
See?
And these were their Mother's Day picks. And I thought it was really awesome of them that they put them out there. Not only did they do that, but instead of trying to sell cards this time, they gave you a link like at the bottom of the blog that you could actually just print the cards yourself. I thought that was really cool too. Check this out.
All right. 5
Right up-
pops moms were celebrating.
Right up at the top of the list
Wanda.
is going to be Wanda, which I thought was really cool. They give you this whole like little thing below them, like she protects her family, but I'm not going to try and read all of that. I'm horrible at reading, and y'all wouldn't appreciate it anyways.
Who's this?
This one is going to be. She is what is the show she is from? She is from Moira.
Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek.
Creek.
Oh, I love that show.
So she is wearing a trash bag at this moment, and they go on to say something about she's always there for her family, which I thought was really cool.
That's
the Golden
good.
Girls, these things are not collectibles.
I want those.
Oh, the Golden Girl. What are these?
They're Popsies.
Oh, you're killing me, man.
I need those.
Hey, we got a super chat there from Simon Crook, who
Simon, we
says, "Sorry for
truly-
your loss, Wayne. Hope
truly
you
appreciate you.
recover." We
So you
appreciate
kind
you,
of-
Simon.
Appreciate you, Simon. So Toby, I was trying to find out who is Toby. Somebody tell me who Toby is over there in the comments. So I was kind of going over this before you came on. So I had a pipe break in my basement, and that's kind of where the whole WandaVision comics came from. So I had my comics in the break packs. You know those white break packs that you put your comics in, sitting on the floor. And when pipes break in your basement and you have concrete
water.
floors in your basement, like most people do, like myself, they're ruined. I mean, they're gone. But it's not all lost. It taught me a lesson. Don't store your comics on the floor. Whatever you do, don't put your comics on the floor. It is a bad idea. But that's what we were talking about when it was the whole like the WandaVision in the comics, and I'll probably never get them again because I'm just not paying that for them. But it was that JB had gave me the insight on them, so I didn't pay like $1 a piece for them to begin with. This one is from The Walking Dead. Do you know Carol from The Walking Dead?
Carol from The Walking Dead.
Did you get into this? Either one of y'all?
Never
The
watched
television?
it.
No, not really. Actually, I ended up reading the first trade paperback. I was shocked to find out. First of all, most people, you guys all know that this was based on a comic book, right?
Hello?
Probably some people are like, "What are you talking about?" Yes, it was based on a comic book. But the comic book, when it was originally released, through its entire run, was in black and white. So when I picked up the trade paperback to read the first 5 issues of The Walking Dead, not only does it mirror the show almost identically, but it's in black and white. And I was kind of shocked by that.
I did not know that was a comic book created mine. I'm going to pull you on for a minute.
You didn't know it was a comic book?
If you guys are wondering why I put my name to it, McGuire, don't ask, okay?
I got you.
Sorry.
I got you. Threw me off. So I wasn't pulling you in there for a second. I did not know that was a comic book, but I never got into Walking Dead.
Can I tell you a crazy story about Walking Dead in this comic book?
Go for
real quick. So the writer, first of all, it was at Image Comics, and Image Comics is one of the comic book titles that was more progressive, and they were known for having a team of writers in the 90s that came from Marvel and DC and founded Image, and it had some big names in it. Jim Lee was over there, and Rob Liefeld and McFarland, and he started Spawn, and they were huge, and then they started to crumble, and these guys went, Jim Lee went back to Marvel and did X-Men, and these guys all went back to the gravy train, and only really McFarland and a couple of guys hung around. But what Image decided to do was they said, you know what, we need to get really out of the box. We need to start publishing all kinds of stories. We need to get away from superhero characters and just kind of open it up. So they kind of opened it up and said, hey, give us 5-episode drafts of stuff that you're interested in. We may publish it as an ongoing series. Well, the guy that wrote this pitched it as an alien invasion film. And the whole thing was supposed to be an alien invasion. And they're like, okay, well, let's roll with it. Give me 5 episodes. And he wrote his first 5 episodes, and they released it, and it became one of the biggest selling books ever. But at the end of the 5th episode-ish, the owner goes to him and says, hey, man, when are we going to see the aliens? And he goes, oh, man, no, there was never an alien invasion, but you weren't going to let me publish the story. There was never an alien invasion, man. You were never going to let me publish it. And he's like, oh, man, you're right. Because it was a zombie story. And he wouldn't know. He was like, nah, that's not going to fly. It flies.
That's really cool. Yeah. No, I didn't.
Sorry.
Know that's what you don't have to be sorry. That's what do you mean? That's what you hear. Talk. What do you mean?
Oh, man.
What do you mean? You got to drop knowledge on us from time to time. We need that JB knowledge in our life. I've missed you. We haven't done a live together in a long time. Last but not least is going to be Blue from Jurassic.
Oh, she looks beautiful. Oh my god.
Have you seen all these movies? I love the Jurassic Park, the whole set. And Blue, great character to throw out there for mom.
That's so cute.
Is this a 10-inch or is this a normal inch? Because I'm confused.
It's just a normal. They didn't make this in the 10-inch. They made one of them in a 10-inch, but this is not it. So this is just going to be the regular 3.5.
She's so cute.
Creative Minds, what do you have going on?
I'm doing nothing. I'm just joining the stream. That's all I'm doing. That's it. My name is Tori McGuire for no reason, and I don't know about that. So yeah, that's my story.
Well, check this out. We're gonna give you we're gonna give you the floor for a second, and you take off with us. And let me move this over real quick. It is all you, brother. And then we're gonna throw you out of here real quick.
Oh yeah.
Do a quick shout out real quick. You got this. Go for it.
Hello everyone. That's
you got
it.
more. You got
come
more
on, you got more than that, man.
Come on, you can do it.
Okay. Hello, pop collectors. I'm Spider-Man.
There you go.
Good stuff.
Hey, man, we appreciate you coming and hanging out,
All
man. We'll catch you next time. Have a good one.
Hey, man, it takes a lot for younger kids to get on camera and stuff. My daughter's in her play right now. She's the lead in her play, and she's actually acting out the parts as we're doing it, and it's not easy for these kids to get out there and do it, man. So good job, man. Get out here.
That's why I wanted him to get up there and do it. It's not easy to get on there and talk. A lot of people don't know that. It's kind of difficult, especially when it's just you. And when you're put in the spot like that, it's not easy at all. I appreciate you coming on, though, bud. Truly, truly fun hanging out with you. What do you think? I didn't get all the way to the bottom of those, so let me add that.
Yeah, let's get back into the list.
Let me get back. So all the way at the bottom of this, Funko did something that I thought was genius, but I also like their Valentine's Day cards. I don't know if y'all got into the Valentine's cards at all, but I did.
Oh, those are cute.
I really got into those. So they put these at the very bottom. There's a link that you can go just print them on your own. They didn't try and charge you for them.
That's cool.
That's cool.
I thought that was cool of them, right? I mean, they could have they could have went so many different directions with that. They could have tried to sell
For
them. They
one
could have put them on
sweet
the market
mama.
late. They
Pa.
could have done all kinds of stuff, but they just gave you a link to go download them and print them all on your
And
own.
print
So I
them.
thought that was
That's
cool.
cool. That's cute.
Hey, Yesy Lou, Comics and Pops in the chat. Thanks for stopping in.
Hi,
Two boys and their
everybody.
pops. You got a great little crowd popping off in here.
There's a decent crowd, you know, but me and Chris always have this really decent crowd that always seems to show up. I mean, to be completely honest, it's always a really good community that shows up on these lives. Have you seen the new Star Wars Con or Galactic Con, or what do they call that? You know what this is called because you live in this area.
Are you talking about the Galactic Star Cruiser, the new vacation destination for crazy mad money? No.
What is the? I would yeah,
No, crazy mad money. I mean,
this thing right here. So they're calling this the, what is this called? I gotta
Loungefly, yeah. Funko X Loungefly at Star Wars Celebration.
This is going to be Galacticon, Star Wars Celebration 2022.
Yes, I saw some of these.
Yeah, Galacticon.
Now, when I see something like this, this is not yet released.
These are not yet released, so these are going to be dropping in. Before I go to talking too much, I'm going to make sure I got the exact dates on these. Yeah. So these are going to be dropping the
2 more days. 2 more days.
The 12th of this, the 12th of this month.
Yep, 12th.
Am I saying that right?
When, where? Yeah. Okay, the start is being held at Anaheim on the 26th through the 29th. How do I participate? You can get your tickets. Will open for the tickets on the 12th through the 19th. Okay, submit your request prior to the 19th. Item announcement corner. Visit the booth. No guarantee the phone. So the actual event is the 26th through the 29th.
So I'm thinking that it was the 26th, and I know that I've seen this somewhere, that it's going to be on the 26th is when you're going to be able to get these guys offline. The 27th is when you're going to be able to get them. So 27th is when they go to shared retailers. The 26th is when you're going to be able to get them from the Funko site.
Okay, let's check them out.
Right. No, it's the 27th. Okay, so it's 27th for everybody. You will be able to get these on the Funko site. They come out with some of them. So all of these are recycled molds, and you already know that. Chewbacca's recycled mold.
Yeah, I don't see anything that looks new.
Every one of them is recycled mold, and that's where they've been getting the most grief, is that all of these guys are recycled molds. But I think that they're getting unjust grief because there's some really cool stuff that's going to be popping off in here. You've got that Boba Fett that I think is super strong. I know there's a lot of people that aren't going to believe that. You have the child that's going to be in the Diamond Edition.
Yes.
I also think this is really strong. I know
that's not a new mold, though, right? Again, it's a
recycled mold. This one's going to be a limited piece run, though, and we haven't seen limited piece runs come from Funko since the whole NFT craze.
Okay. But what does that mean? That it just gets a sticker? I mean,
yeah. So it's going to be like a 5,000 piece diamond series.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be like a 5,000 piece diamond series Grogu. I mean, at the end of the day, it is the exact same mold that they've already made, but they didn't make it into diamonds. I mean, they didn't do it in the glitter. I'm into the glitter, so yeah, I think that you kind of have to be into that to be okay with it. And then they got some other ones that they're coming out with, and
well, you got that Lando Calrissian with the T-shirt over there and the big. If that's going to be half the size of the other one, I mean, I've got the Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon. Now you've got the Lando Calrissian and the Millennium Falcon. Right. That thing was huge.
And then I think this one's a must, right? I mean, I am convinced. Do you have this regular one?
I have the Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon. It's huge, man. It's just huge. I mean, I mean.
So I've missed that one. I think you can get them up. What are they selling for now? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I mean, I'll bet it's $50-$60.
I think my kids got it for me for Christmas, right?
I mean, I'm sure that it's selling for $50-$60, right? I mean, it just absolutely has to be, but it's really cool. I mean, that's really cool. There's a lot of grief that's going on. People aren't that hype about it, but here's the thing, right? People are never hype about it until they actually drop.
Go to the prototypes again, because those aren't new molds either.
These the droids here, I believe, are going to be new molds. I don't think that we've seen those yet. Don't hold me to that, but I believe that those are new molds.
They don't look like new molds.
No, they're not. I got both those right here.
Do you have both of those?
Yeah, I got them both right here.
Every one of these were recycled molds in. I mean, everyone with the exception of this guy, and really the only thing that changed was the person driving it, right?
So there's that
Hold on
one.
just a second. Let me get you there.
Yeah.
And those are the 4 that were in that set.
Yeah. I mean, so that's every
That's the
one
set.
of them.
Oh my god.
I mean, so look, they got lazy with it. I see 2 of them that are going to be a must-have. And as far as I am concerned, there's 2 of them out of that group, and that's going to be the Millennial Falcon and Grogu. That's also the other one. Are they identical?
It looks like they're identical. I don't see any difference. Even the base. Even the base.
Let's get this guy pulled up there. I bet they're
see a change in the base.
identical.
Yep.
Oh no, that's silver. The base is silver. And this base is black.
But anyways, they recycled the.
That's it.
They recycled it. That's lazy. Funko's getting very lazy with stuff.
Now, oh wait a minute, his lightsaber's pointing a different direction.
What's
and he's got his hand out.
If you
so
only
it is
had
a different
device.
pose.
I mean, maybe.
What's the point? No, it's recycled.
Well, I mean, they changed the way that he looks, right? They changed his hand, so that makes it a new pop. That doesn't make it a new pop, but
no, it's still recycled.
Yeah, I mean, we know how that goes, though, right? So there's a few of them out of that I think are really cool, and then there's a lot of laziness that happened in that. I mean, lots and lots of laziness. I'm going to see if I can find that Millennial Falcon real quick, though, even though Nick should be looking it up real quick instead of giving me a hard time. But we're going to pass on that one. We're going to pass on that one.
Yeah, I'm passing on that. I've already owned those. I'm not big in buying the same pop I already own just for a sticker, for glitter, even though I just went out and bought freaking metal ones. Every metal one that's come out, I'm like, I already own that, but I'm buying it again.
So Nadia, tell me what you got going on next week.
Work.
What do you mean work?
I work. I have my job. I sell these. I sell
what do you
pastries. I sell pastries.
Very nice.
What kind of pastry is that?
This is a croissant covered in chocolate and hazelnut. And
they don't sell croissants like that out here.
And I also have, what is this one? This is a chocolate bread.
Yeah.
That looks really good.
You had me at chocolate.
Yeah, I mean,
because I closed, so when you close, you're allowed to bring anything that we don't sell. So I bring danishes, muffins, sometimes
your kids
salads.
have no idea. Do you have kids? Do you have any kids? No.
But I have a mom and a sister, so
they have no idea how good they have it, man. They have no idea how good they have
it. Yeah, I've been searching. I've been job searching for like almost 6.5 years. Like I lost my job my former job in 2015. I've been searching and nobody didn't want to give me a chance. And now this year, this happened, and my job is like 4 minutes from my house. So
see, everything happens for a reason. I'll tell you that commute, you cannot put a value on that 4-minute commute. That is priceless.
But I know that I don't know when I'm gonna do a video showing pickups that I did when I went to Free Comic Book Day, because I love going to Free Comic Book Day. So I got a pop for me, a pop for my sister, and I got myself 4 comic books. And I know that I want to do a video of some shirts, and I know that I'm waiting for packages. So yeah,
good stuff.
And May 28th, I'm celebrating my 1-year anniversary for my YouTube channel.
Congratulations, man. To 1 year so fast.
Yes.
Good stuff. Thanks for coming on today, man. We really appreciate it.
And it was fun to meet both of you for the first time. So I'm really happy because I know sometimes I know that I went on your chat a little bit, and I know that I go a lot of times on your chat as well, Wayne, with Techbot. So
that is awesome. We look, I truly appreciate it. I know JB appreciates it.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming and hanging out. Have a good one.
You're welcome.
We'll see you next time.
Au revoir.
Bye. And also, man, shout out that chat. You got Yessie Lou out in there hanging out, the Floridian Nerd Channel. What is that?
So the Floridian Nerd Channel is is living in Kentucky. We've discovered that he's from Florida, but
Okay.
he's living in Kentucky. Another really awesome member of the community.
I need to
There's
check him out, man.
lots and
And
lots of
and then
awesome.
Christina Payne. Come on, what can you say about
Is
Christina?
Christina Payne in the house? Oh, Miss
She's doing
Payne.
her
There
thing.
she
Just
is. Miss
dropping
Payne is in
links.
the house.
Just doing her stuff. Simon Crook, how are you? Mr. Techbot Wayne's out there, man. How you doing? What's going on?
I will agree that some of those are extremely weak. I do get behind the diamond stuff though. Look, I have this crazy like sticker side to me. The things that have stickers on them for some reason are just more appealing to me. Like the pops with purpose. I don't know what it is about it having that sticker, but the sticker just changes the way that it looks for me. Moon Knight. Talk to me about Moon Knight.
Okay. The show? The show was absolutely tremendous. I hope everyone took some time to watch this series. And again, Disney, I don't know when they started doing this, and some people don't like it, but I have daughters, okay? I have little girls. They want to see women superheroes. They do, okay? My kids don't want to play with action figures of Captain America. They want to play with action figures of Miss Marvel. They do, okay? That's just the way it is. Now, Disney has been creating empowered female characters for a long time. I mean, all the way back to Let It Go. I mean, there's so many empowered female characters, and what they did in Moon Knight, which you kind of don't even realize as you're watching this thing progress, that what we think is just kind of a love interest to the main character, Mark Spector, isn't. By the time her character evolves, she makes the sacrifice that he had also made to become an avatar of one of the Egyptian gods, and you get not just a female superhero character, but for the first time in Marvel continuity, I believe, an Egyptian female superhero. Watch that thing sell, and I know they're releasing a pop on it because my girls have already.
I got this. Yeah, I got this. You want to see it?
Bring it up, man, because my girls are already hitting me up on, when can they get an action figure or something of this girl? And I'm like, I didn't even know we were gonna. She just popped up out of nowhere. This girl she's not in comic books. Not to this effect. The name was used as a villain character that we kind of teased at when she had her little logo on the Band-Aid when she was in the insane asylum. But that character is not this character. This is something brand new that Disney has made up, and my daughters are loving it. Come on, man. Look at her. She's got 2 knives in her hands, man. She's badass.
Nadia, we appreciate you coming on. We really do. Here's the thing. You know that I'm not like that into. I wouldn't say I'm not that into comic books, but I'm really new to comic books. I mean, I am extremely new to comic books. So here's what I love that Marvel is doing that a lot of people. There's a lot of people that see a negative, and then there's me that see it as a positive. They're bringing characters and parts of stories that you would have never otherwise known about.
Correct.
Most of the time, these are very short run. Like WandaVision was, I don't hold me to it, but it's like 24. It could have been 25, but it's like 24 altogether. That was it. I bet that this is another one that was a very short run. When I say short run, though, I mean like compared to Captain America
or Avengers or any of the long-running titles. Yeah, a character that comes in and out. You're not going to find her in a comic book because she doesn't exist.
So they have this great, this thing going on lately where they're bringing these backstory characters to the front. And I think that is awesome. Not only are they bringing them to the front, they are moving them into the Marvel verse, right? I mean, they are making a spot for them in the multiverse. I think that it's really cool that they're doing it. They bring new fans in by doing it. I think that she's a really awesome superhero that we would have never otherwise seen. I love the Egyptian stuff that they're bringing in, and I'm not like some Egyptian guru, but I want all of these Egyptian
I'm an ancient alien theorist. I love all the Egyptian
I need all of them. All of them. I need
Love
every one of
all.
the Egyptian stuff. All of it. So this is two of the gods that are actually from the. And I don't know
Correct.
if these are real
This
gods.
is
Do you know?
Amet is the crocodile, and Khonshu is the bird-looking thing. Now, the Khonshu is the moon god, and Amet was the god who would the way the story goes is in Egyptian, the reason they mummified the bodies and took out their organs except for the heart was because they would be their heart would be weighed against their deeds in their life, and if they were worthy, if there was balance, if they did good things, they were released to the field of reeds to live a happy blissful life in their afterlife world. But if you didn't, you got to go meet her, the crocodile lady, and she chomped your ass up. And that's how it worked. What they did in this series, by the way, all of the Disney series, what they've done, taking, and I wouldn't even call them B characters, because you got your A characters, you got your B characters. They're taking C-list characters that you did not care about. I mean, honestly, did you care about Captain America, Winter Soldier, and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
No.
I didn't care about either one of those characters. By the end of that series, I actually cared about those characters. You got in depth into their backstories. They gave you so much detail that you felt for what they were going through. The redemption arc of the Winter Soldier, he had his little list of all the people he had wronged, when he was under the influence, and he was trying to make right, that Asian man with his son, that he killed his son, and he had to make right at the end, that restitution. Awesome storytelling. And they're fitting it all into the bigger Marvel Cinematic Universe, where DC is so disconnected. Every movie doesn't mean anything. Watch Batman, but it doesn't relate to anything else we've ever made.
You mean my strange BDSM Batman that they just came out with?
I thought the movie was good. I mean, that Riddler scared the shit out of me. The first
BDSM
scene,
Riddler.
When you very first see the Riddler, when he's just been standing in the shadows and you didn't notice him until the guy gets out of the way, and then you kind of notice him. That scared the hell out of me, man. Anyway, what Marvel's doing with these characters, making you care about them, and then tying into to all of the toys, because it's not just Pops. They sell action figures, and there's so much marketing around everything that Marvel does. When I see stuff like this, a brand new character nobody's ever even heard of, but my daughter's already asking me for toys, and who's the first toy to hit almost every single time? Funko. Funko is almost always the first toy to market when you've got a hot property. And I don't, shout out to Funko for that, because they're clearly in bed with Marvel and DC, and all of the licenses that they hold, they're actively staying ahead of the curve. Except for Grogu. Remember Baby Yoda, man? People wanted that damn Funko. But Yoda. This is a great example of a show that just ended. This character literally just had her debut 2 weeks ago, and now she's out here for sale. And this is going to be the first thing I get for my kids.
I'm into them. I didn't think that I would like Moon Knight. I started watching Moon Knight. Chris gave it raving reviews, so I started watching it. It turned out me and my wife watched every one of them together. I thought it was really awesome. Are these real gods, or they just make believe in the comic? I mean, were they real Egyptian gods? Something that I've been wondering.
Yeah,
you don't know, dude.
Don't go there with me, man. I'm a big alien conspiracy theorist. So, and my wife is the exact opposite. If she doesn't see the bones and fragments of it, she doesn't really believe it. Yeah, it's hard to interpret. Egyptian gods, were they real? I don't know. It's hard for me to think that there was somebody walking around with a crocodile head.
Oh, you're not.
Could have. Hey, Lass, anytime. I love to get on these shows and just flap my gums. If you guys follow the channel at all, I'm just one of those people that just likes to get out there on the lives and let it go.
Fake news. You're not a big alien person, are you?
Oh, dude, don't get me started. I could tell you 3 facts about the Egyptian pyramids that would make you go, "What?"
I'm ready.
No way.
Go for it.
3. Okay.
You have
well,
the
let's talk
stage.
about we'll talk about the Great Pyramid of Giza, right? And the reason I choose this one is because my dad had this just big theory about the Great Pyramid of Giza. Where it is placed on this planet will blow your freaking mind, man. If you were to study the Great Pyramid of Giza, it is the largest structure that is pointing true north on this planet. It is so close to being exactly true north that the builders actually took into account this planet's precession. And what precession is how the planet wobbles on its axis. That's how accurate to true north that structure is. Now, I'll tell you what. The unit of measure for this, you got bored, you guys, but the unit of measure for the Great Pyramid of Giza is the most perfect unit. It's called the cubit. And the cubit represents from the entire length of the planet from the South Pole to the North Pole. If you were going to take that and make a straight line and divide it by 25,000, you'd end up with the perfect measurement. It's called a cubit. If you measure the length of one of the sides of the pyramid, it is 365 1/4 cubics long. Why does that sound familiar? Why does that number sound familiar even to the 1/4? Because there are 365 1/4 days in our calendar year, as they even took into account your leap year. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Is that just a coincidence that that length equals that? Okay. You know how we're always big on GPS? You ready for this one? We're always big on GPS, right? Where am I on the planet? Because now someone can actually tell you what the coordinate is to your house. Someone can tell you where you are on this planet.
In space at any given point.
They can come down now and say, hey, this is what your coordinate is on this planet. Do you know what the coordinate is to the Great Pyramid of Giza?
No.
Whatever that number is, it's a really long number. It's the exact same number as the speed of light. Really? Are you kidding me? Is this a coincidence? How can that be? It makes no sense. All right, last one. There's pyramids everywhere. My dad was obsessed with them. He wanted to go to Mexico because there's a huge pyramid there, the Pyramid of the Sun. And my wife, here's the base of the Great Pyramid of Giza, the base of this thing, it's huge. It's the exact same base as the pyramid in Mexico on the other side of the planet. Is that a coincidence? They just decided, they just pulled these numbers out their ass and just decided they're going to build their pyramid and it's going to be the exact same size. Come on, man. That can't be. There's got to be a reason. There's an explanation. I don't know what it is.
No, look, I'm one of those crazy people that believe in divine intervention, and I don't believe that divine intervention necessarily means that it was done by God. I believe that there was other things in this world that might have had a play with the way things have played out behind the scenes. Would you have thought something that came down from Earth was an angel? Well, I mean, of course you would. If it came out of the sky and landed in front of you, that would have been the thing that would have went through your brain. So I'm not going to dive too deep into my theories, but anyways, this is what I wanted to know. So yes, they are the Egyptian. That's what I wanted to know. There are Egyptian gods.
Yeah, they stuck to the history of Marvel stuck to the history of what the Egyptian gods would have been.
So that's what I wanted to know. If they just like randomly drew some things and said, "Yep, this is the moon god," right?
All right. Will you talk about interpretation? My dad, this is a true story. May he rest in peace. I don't know how old I was, but my dad was reading the Bible. He went through a period where he was big into reading the Bible and trying to decipher the stories in the Bible. And in one story, I have no idea which one it is. The people in the Bible are describing the God that is in front of them because they think it's a God. Because it had, and my dad was drawing this on a piece of paper. It said it had the head of an eagle on the left and the head of a lion on the right and the face of a man in the middle. I'm like, so it's a three-headed monster. It's a three-headed monster. All right, okay, cool. Say they saw a three-headed monster. And then I looked at my dad's drawing, and my dad had a guy with a helmet on. The face of the man was in the middle, and one logo was of an eagle, and one logo was of a lion on his helmet. But that's how the people would describe it if they had to describe it.
Right. I mean, it makes sense, right? And we take things too literal when
Crazy,
we're
too literally.
too literally when we're looking at them, and it happens a lot. It happens a lot. There's something going on behind the scenes that I don't know if you've caught this, but eBay has teamed up with a couple of other people. They bought 25% of Funko and are now going to have an eBay exclusive Funko Pop, and they're going to be the preferred seller for Funko Pops. And I'm just assuming that they mean like preferred secondary market, right? Is what they mean. Do you now think that they're going to crack down on the fakes that are sold on eBay?
You have to.
Do you see this?
You can't claim to be the secure marketplace for the product that you're endorsing and then allow the fakes to run rampant on your platform. You can't. They have to crack down on this.
I don't know, right? I have so many mixed feelings about eBay actually buying a part of Funko, because they bought it at $21 a stock. First of all, $263 million. Don't quote me exactly, but it was something like that is what they spent acquiring 25%. They bought it at $21 a stock. Today it's at $19.30. So it's already declined from where they originally bought it at. I thought they bought it at a stupid price to begin with. They should have bought it at 17. I was a little confused about all of that, why they waited until it was 21. It almost looked to me like they were driving the market up on purpose. I think that Funko's stock is really worth somewhere around $17 a share. It's not worth $21. I don't even think it's worth 19 at this moment. I really think when it fell to 14 something, climbed back up to 17, that was like the fair market on it. I don't know how I feel about a company that would acquire 25% of another company and then say, well, now that I own 25% of you, let's now corner the market. It seems strange to me, right? I mean,
it seems pretty fucking genius to me, man. That's what I would do,
right? I mean, it seems really genius in one hand, and then on the other, I'm thinking, well, something seems like flawed in that scenario that someone could come along.
Nick's comment right there. Do you think that now you're ripe for market manipulation on eBay's part? eBay has more data on these things than we could possibly imagine, right? We only see the end. We see a pop sold at X, and if we want to dive deeper, we'd probably see how many bids there were on that. eBay has analytics like probably, hey, we know that 27 unique buyers bid in the last 15 minutes, and this thing moved in price 340%. How can we capitalize? You got enough smart people in the room, they're going to figure out a way to make money on it.
Right. And I think that's where, like, and I guess Nick kind of hit the nail on the head for me is to where I am, and I'm on the fence, right? Because now you have a company that came in and just kind of demanded an exclusive. It cost them $263 million to do it, but they still kind of did it, right? I mean, so they kind of came in and decided that they were going to have an exclusive. This is how they were going to do it. They could very easily now come in and decide what things are worth. I mean, they could easily decide what things are worth on you with a drop of a hat because of the analytics they have, because they know how much people are bidding on stuff.
Well, let's go from the other end. How can they make the absolute most money on this by creating an exclusive that they can set the price at based on their research? Man, I feel like you think that 17's too much? I think with eBay investing, I don't know. I think it might be undervalued.
You think that it's undervalued right now?
I think it might be undervalued because you got to think longer term. You got to think of what the influence of eBay's powerful network of the smartest people on the planet are going to do to leverage this investment. Nobody's investing anything not to make money. They did it to make money. And I bet you they're going to make big money because big companies don't do things to make little money. They do things to make big money.
Right. They're not trying to make little money.
How do we get ahead of that, try and take advantage of that, or leverage it to our advantage. I don't know. That's what our community is going to have to figure out. What is going to be the effect of eBay on the market in total? Because remember, a rising tide brings all boats with it. So when you start setting new highs and getting people used to it, all boats start to rise. All values of the collectible rise. Just throwing that out there.
Whatnot has been a rising star for a while now, right? I mean, we can all admit that they started off with the pops. It hit really fast,
it's a great
really
platform.
hard.
It's really cool interactive platform.
Live platform where you get to actually do live auctions instead of like eBay where you have these auctions and you don't really get to like interact with people, and it's not really live, even though it kind of is. It's are they going to be able to push people like Whatnot out? I mean, it's because this is what I see. Is the real power struggle that we're looking at.
So yeah, Whatnot's got to be shitting their pants right now, because
they have to.
They saw basically one of their number one producing channels, that one of the anchor foundational things that they've created, this pop culture over there, because you guys, the selling over there is fantastic. And eBay looked at that and said, "They're cutting in on my business. Fuck them. We need to come take some of that." So would you be shocked to see a change in selling platform to more closely match Whatnot on eBay, starting with this particular platform, starting with Pops because of that relationship, and maybe even starting with their exclusives? You want to buy these? This is how we're going to release them. They will only be released through whatever. I don't know. They can get really creative and they can really corner the market. Again, keep in mind, I'm telling you, that rising tide thing, when they reset the market, and they're going to reset the market, and people are just going to go with it, because that's the way it is. They're going to reset what we're used to paying or expecting to pay. And they control the secondary market, so they get to make money on it again and again and again, which is it's awesome. You know, they want to sell it to somebody to resell it on their platform, so they make money on it again. And then guess what? I want you to sell it again, so we can make money on it again.
That's right. I mean,
it's freaking genius.
They just forever get that selling percentage every time. And I was thinking about that when I was reading all of this, and I was thinking about Whatnot and them cornering the market and all of the manipulation that could happen in this scenario. And I don't consider myself a very smart person. So if they have a room full of smart people, they've already thought way past.
Oh yeah,
all of this. They've went past plan A, B, C, D, all the way to Z on how they're going to push people like Whatnot now out of the auction business. Now I don't know that it would ever completely push them out of the business, but I bet that they try to squeeze
that's
their
a good
heads.
point over here. Couldn't they just buy the app of Whatnot?
I don't think right now.
I've talked to a couple of the people who are in deep on Whatnot, and the founders, they're not selling. They have an idea. They think they've got something that is huge, and they've only scratched the surface. If we think Whatnot's big now, what they project it to be in the next 5 years is it's a game-changing platform. I think eBay is seeing where they're going and says, no. We can beat them to that market because of our user base is 10x theirs. And if we just make a couple tweaks, we can beat them. I'm just projecting that could potentially happen.
This is what I'm going to say happens. So Whatnot has some really heavy, like, I'm trying to think of how you say this. Not necessarily sharks, but they've taken some very heavy investments from different people. And I want to say one of the biggest investments was like $200-something million. And that was a couple of years ago. They took this god awful huge investment from, and I can't remember if it was an investment firm. I'd have to like go back through the Google University to find it. But it's there somewhere. You can find the news where they made a big thing about it. I think eBay's going to squeeze their head long enough until they say, well, you're not making any money. You're not really worth anything anymore. You might as well let us acquire you. and they're just going to acquire them. They're not going to buy them. There's Whatnot has to have something cornered into market with that live auction, or I think everybody would have already started doing it. They must have some kind of utility patent. They have something.
There's got to be something special about what they're doing that everyone else just doesn't, because it's a mesh. It is truly a combination of Instagram and eBay,
Yes,
and you smashed it
and
together, and you end up
almost a
with
little bit of
Whatnot.
YouTube. I mean,
Yeah,
because
and
it's
with a little bit of YouTube, maybe.
yeah.
Well,
I mean,
no, I
because
think it's
it's
more of like an Instagram Live, because that's what it reminds me of.
does
It
it
reminds me of an Instagram Live, but having that eBay, capturing the transaction and that
that
that 10
excitement, right? Yeah.
second that excitement that's created. Because now we've all talked, if we want to get into that's a hell of a conversation. The overspending that people are doing buying shit on Whatnot is crazy. It's just I'm watching books go, 2 times what they should be going. I'm like, are you people even looking these things up while you're bidding? You could have bought that book at $10 and you're already bidding 25. What is wrong with you? Because people get caught up in the excitement of being in this live, event. And that's part of the genius of it, isn't it?
I mean, it's either that or you can only hold patents and stuff for so long, right? I mean, and most people don't know that. You can only hold like the rights to this in particular like thing for so long
Yeah.
before everyone has the right to do it.
Mhm.
It's either they're going to squeeze Whatnot or that's fixing to come to an end. And
Those patents go a little bit longer than you think. I bet you, it'll be a 10-year run at least.
I don't know.
Before
We're gonna have to see. It's such an interesting conversation there. I mean, and I want to dive deeper into the auction. You said that that's a deeper conversation about the stimulant that goes on in that. I mean, that's a real thing. I mean,
it is. They have studied human thought processes, and I'm telling you, people who are actively buying on Whatnot get hype. They get hype into it and they don't want to lose. And people have that mentality of not wanting to lose. And the way they design that app to tick that thing down to 10 seconds and then be able to add 10 more seconds and add 10 more seconds. I watch books. I mean, at some point, the auction should start at 10 seconds because ain't nobody bidding in the first 30 seconds. And then you get to the last 10 seconds and I watch the thing go, like, whoa, what the hell's going on? What is going on? And you watch maybe a $25 pop go for $55 and you're like, dude, what are you doing, man?
all right, so there's a lot of speculation that could happen with what's going to happen with eBay. I think the reality to it is they now own 25%. I mean, them and a few other people. I mean, they teamed up to do it together, but it was a team effort, right? I mean, so they did it. Now we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. I mean, I think.
Isn't it amazing that a platform that already probably benefited most on the secondary market now benefits from the primary market and the secondary market?
I mean, you got to give them credit. It took
That's
some
smart.
really it took some smart, well thought out steps to make that happen. I think that they should have bought it when the stock was a little lower, but I mean,
I think it's I think you're selling you're selling that investment short.
we'll see. We'll see over time. I think I felt like I got burned from Funko stock
Well,
because
I got a question for you. I mean, if someone like Elon Musk decided to buy 25% of Funko, don't you think that stock would shoot up?
Well, it did for a minute, but then it quickly came back down.
Well, everything's down right now, man.
Yeah, I mean,
don't go.
quickly.
Everything is down right now.
We don't want to talk about that too
Yeah,
much. I'm trying
no.
to
We
keep
all
that-
we all look at our retirement accounts. We don't do that, by the way. Stop looking at your retirement accounts on Monday. Be like,
just quit.
Don't do it. But
So
remember, we're in it for the long haul.
So do you ever buy any stock just for fun?
Yes.
Because I have a Robinhood account that I kind of like play with things here and there, and I feel like Funko burned me on their stock
I've been
once
in
already.
and out of some stuff. I bought yes, I buy stocks and piddle around with them and
It's just
have
piddling
not
around
done
with
well
them.
at all.
Yeah,
I can tell you right now, I bought Disney for my children. This is one of the things I wanted to do when when I sold my dad's house. I said, you know what? I'm going to buy some Disney stock for my children. And every year on their birthday, I'm going to buy them one more share of stock. You know, on their birthday, they'll always get one share of Disney because they love Disney. They love Disney out the womb. Let me do it. So I bought them some Disney stock at the highest Disney had ever been in the history of Disney. I think it was 197. Disney's at 113 right now.
You've been burned too, is what you're saying.
Not good.
You've been burned too.
There is nothing out there that you think is solid. Oh, that can't go down. I finally convinced my wife, and this is horrible because she's so pissed off at me. I said, you know what? We need to own Amazon. I feel Amazon's going to split because people can't afford Amazon at $3,000 a share. That fucker's going to split, right? So let's buy at least one Amazon. She goes, are you sure? I said, yes, 3,000. Are you sure? Yeah, let's do it. Amazon's at 2,300 right now. She's not happy with me.
It happens. It happens. So there is a company out there right now that was doing pre-orders for Funko Pops. They're called Boxzilla. Have you ever heard of that? Let me put that in the chat real quick.
What is it?
Just oh
no. This is where this is where you actually get your own. You can register. Tell me if I'm wrong. You can register for a bot to actually to acquire a sale.
Is that what this is?
I'm asking. Is that what that is?
I don't know. So I've never really heard of this company. I'm gonna hit them up.
He says it's Boxzilla.
Boxzilla. Let me look them up real quick so I can make sure. So
I don't expect to retire, period. I'll be working until I fall over.
I kind of want to be honest with you. I've seen a lot of people retire, and I don't think that I'm that person. No, so Boxzilla is a company. You can actually find them on the internet right now.
I thought you were talking about bots. Like you can go rent get your bots in there. So Boxzilla, what's Boxzilla do for you?
So they were reported. They have a bunch of Funko Pops on there. Let's pull up their site real quick. Now, I need everybody here to understand. Listen to the conversation. Don't go order anything from these guys. don't order a single thing from these guys.
Don't order anything.
Yeah, and then if you do, don't come back to me later and say that they didn't send them to you, because apparently they were reported by the Better Business Bureau is a company not to trust because they are.
Now, question for you. Better Business Bureau, you bring that up. Is that still something that you put value in?
I do. Why not?
You do?
Yeah, I mean.
Now, I'm going to give you a quickie little story. So, we're moving to Oregon. My wife and I are going to relocate from California to Oregon. Okay. And our house has a solar on it, but it's the solar that you rent. And during the contract, it was sold. So the company that we originally signed up with sold to a very big company called Sunrun, I believe. Sunrun. We never dealt with Sunrun before, but we had a billing issue, which was like really, really bad. It was so bad that my wife filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau. And within days of her filing a complaint with the Better Business Bureau, she had a representative of Sunrun call her, and her question was, Ms. Shaw, are you the person responsible for the complaint? And she read off the complaint, and my wife was like, yes. She goes, what do you think Sunrun owes you? This was just straight up. My wife's like, well, blah, 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 about $580. She goes, I will have that check out to you immediately. Her only job for Sunrun was to resolve Better Business Bureau complaints. And then she asked my wife, can you please close your complaint? And my wife said, when I get the check, I will.
I mean, fair enough, right?
So
I mean,
the Better Business Bureau, I would have thought, is a dead product. I mean, nobody fucking gives a shit about the Better Business. Wrong. It is not. There are people that are still big time paying attention to what happens on the Better Business Bureau. So that set you up. Go.
This company has been reported by the Better Business Bureau is a company not to trust. So apparently there's a lot of people out there that have reported them for not sending their Funko Pops, not being able to get customer service to reply to you. And the statement goes on and on and on that Better Business Bureau basically just tells you do not buy from them. And if you do, don't expect to get your product. So Boxzilla. Here, I'm going to add that real quick, but remember what I said a second ago. Do not buy
Buy
anything from
anything.
them. I
Okay.
am simply giving you this so that you know not to buy anything from these guys. Here is their homepage. If you buy
So do
something
you
from
think
them,
this is just a straight up scam? Is there anybody getting their stuff from them? Or is this just like some bogus website that's collecting people's money and not sending shit to anybody?
I think it's a bogus website. Is what
Oh,
I
man.
gathered from what I read is this is just a straight bogus website. That there's
Which
lots of Facebook groups out there that are all screaming the same thing, that don't buy from these guys.
is the number one issue, I think, for collectors in general is who can I buy from that I trust? And just because you see some really nice, super fancy looking website, don't mean those people are real. It means they got a really nice, fancy looking website taking your money because they ain't shipping you
I
nothing.
mean, just steady taking it. I mean, I didn't actually think that website was going to be up after I read the whole article, but apparently it is. So just don't buy anything from them. This goes back to Big Apple Collectibles though, because I see that there's a lot of people blowing up the
Yeah, I'm
comments over
seeing that.
there.
Comments are
Big
blowing up
Apple
on.
Collectibles had just recently sent me a package from over a year ago. So I ordered it, and this was only after I had sent them 10 emails wanting to cancel it with no reply. They simply would not reply to me. I couldn't figure out how to get the order to cancel on their site. There's no kind of like way to just cancel it. A year later, and I'd have to, I'm gonna get this open for everybody coming up here soon, because I haven't even opened it yet, because I'm afraid that they like shoved some rocks in a box and mailed it to me. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't even opened it
They're
yet.
like, oh, dude, is that dude? Did he complain again? Oh, I'm gonna fucking shit him.
Right? They're like, watch this.
By
These
the
rocks.
time you get it, it's gonna be crushed. You're like,
Well,
oh, you
so
want to
check it
return
out.
that?
They were the Stan Lee Funko sodas. And
Oh, shit.
you would only assume that when they dropped, right? I mean, they couldn't be long after they would have to send them to you.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a month went by and I didn't see him. 2 months went by and I didn't see him. Yesy Lou, I asked Yesy Lou one day. I said, Yesy Lou, did you ever get your sodas? Yeah, I've been having my sodas. I said,
It was just you?
I said, I'm never getting these things. It's
Oh my
just
God.
never happening.
So
On a random Tuesday, some white truck pulls up to my house. They tell me that it wasn't UPS. They said it wasn't FedEx. It didn't have any labels on it. They said it looked like it used to be a UPS truck. It pulls up in my driveway, throws the box on the ground, and leaves. Nobody knows who it was. The label looks like it was made a year ago. I mean, it looks.
this is like the bonus check in the what is it, Christmas Vacation. It slipped between the seats. I'm sorry.
That's what
someone
it looks
lost your
like.
box, and
Yeah.
eventually some other guy was like, "Hey, we should deliver this.
We should deliver this box." I mean, the label looks like it's a year ago. I can't wait to make this.
Oh, wait a
video.
minute. Yesy Lou says he still hasn't gotten
Oh,
his.
I thought he told me he did.
Holy moly.
So Yesy Lou, you should be getting it any day now. The label.
Now, what
is gonna
can we
be
as a
really
community
old.
do to to continually warn people? You know, obviously Big Apple's no good. Boxzilla is a no buy. I mean, what type of research do you do before you purchase from somebody?
All right, so I try and go through the reviews. You can actually go on Google. You can Google these people. You can Google their name and reviews, and you can go through honest reviews and read what people have said about them. I have done this with Big Apple Collectibles, and Big Apple Collectibles has this like mixed audience, right? They have some group of people that absolutely love them, even though they're from Texas. I don't know why they're called Big Apple Collectibles. So there's some people that will tell you that they're the greatest company on the planet. And then there's the exact 50% other that will give you the polar opposite answer, like myself, that'll tell you stay away from them as much as you possibly can because they take forever to get your hands on. When I was looking to get an affiliate link with somebody, I had went to a few different companies, and I was honestly trying to find a company that was worth me getting an affiliate link with. You know this better than anyone. They don't really pay anything. I think people think that your affiliate link is a god awful like huge check. It's really not. I think they give you like
you could get lucky because I heard a friend of mine, you know, had his eBay affiliate link. And then someone bought like a Jeep or something on fucking eBay. He got a commission on it. What? So yeah, they were in through his link and they were car shopping. I'm like, gotta be kidding me. So it could happen. You never know. Make sure you keep your eBay affiliate link open.
I mean, so 8 months. I mean, so look, I mean, it's standing practice for them to take forever to get them to you. I mean, just absolutely forever. But when I was looking for a company, I finally ended up with Entertainment Earth, and it took me
Oh, I
almost a
agree.
year to get them to give me an affiliate link. I tried
Man, good
once, they
stuff.
turned me down. I tried again, they turned me down, and it
They
was
always ship though.
well, it was the same guy every time that was my representative. His name is Professor, and I'd have to look on my emails. Professor something. He has a college education. He turned me down like 2 times, and then the third time he was like, "You're really persistent." And I said, "I know." And he was like, "All right, well, let's do this." I mean, so he gave me my link and all of that, and it took me a while to go with them. They're not super fast, right?
They're not, but they ship.
And they're mint. That's
They're
what I
mint.
like. They
They're
have a
shipping
mint
on point.
guarantee. I mean, so like this
Yeah.
one I just got from them. If I looked at it and thought that there was anything on this that I wasn't happy with, they would send me a brand new one. I mean, so
That's
that
awesome.
was the part that made me like them the most. Is
I got one complaint because maybe I read it wrong when I bought it, but I bought this. There was a new set of action figures for Star Wars that came out, and I bought what I thought was one of each. And then when the box showed up, I guess it's not one of each. It's just 6 action figures in the box, and like I got 2 Mandos, but I got no Leias, and I got 1 Grogu, but I didn't get all 6 characters. I got 2 is what it was. I got 3 characters twice, and I'm like, well, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? Now I gotta go try and find the other 3 characters. I thought I bought the whole thing as a pack, but it wasn't. It was just kind of like a mix pack. So you got to be careful when you read the description.
I mean, I've never had any problems with Entertainment Earth, but I'm also not a very picky person when it comes to the way things come to me. I mean, it would have to come to me like it just been in a rugby game in order for me to be like, all right, you're gonna have to take this one back. I mean, but I've never had any real problems with them. I see that Nick says that they ship to Thailand, Thai.
Yes, they have their shipping rates are expensive. That's something we don't even think about sometimes. When you're checking out and when you're caught up in it and you're on it, Entertainment Earth, because I dropped a bunch of money in there. And
I will agree with him there.
What happens is not everything that I bought was all shipping at the same time. So you end up with, this item is shipping on, and then I paid the shipping on that one freaking action figure. And then this item is shipping 2 months later, and I paid shipping on this one action figure. When you add it up, you're like, God damn.
Now that you can stop that. You can because I've done this. You can come back and say, whoa, y'all charged me for shipping twice. And
really?
Yes, they'll refund you that money back. Because once they give you that shipping fee in there, they ship my stuff in different boxes all the time. All the time. I do 1 order of 6, and I get 6 different little small packages that come to my door. They should only charge you 1 time for the shipping. I mean, just that 1 time. Whatever they charged you in that final thing is what they charge you, even though they ship them in 6 different boxes, which makes 0 sense to me whatsoever. So if that's what we're talking about, remember that you can come back and say, whoa, stop. You've already charged me once. It should say in your email, because mine come in and it says already paid, or it says 0 balance in the shipping.
0 balance.
Yes. I mean, so it should already show you in your email that they didn't charge you. And if they charge you twice,
but even when they do charge you, I feel like when I'm at checkout, I never really pay attention to what I'm paying for shipping. I'm all giddy and excited. I got it. And I fucking check. And then you look and you go, what the hell? I fucking paid $50 in shipping. Holy
$12
shit.
in shipping for $5.
Right?
But anyways, JB, we're wrap this one up. What do you got going on this week?
Well, let's see. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so that is New Comic Book Day, and that's when I'm gonna head off to my LCS and get a couple things on my pull. I've really, you gotta tighten it up. You gotta tighten it up when you're about to move, because I gotta move all this shit. So I've got just a few things, mostly all the Star Wars titles, a lot of indies. I'm still into a lot of independent books. Something is Killing the Children is one of my favorites still. Erica Slaughter is one bad woman. If you're not reading that, it is fantastic. As far as content on my channel, I'm a guest host on a channel called The Lords of the Long Box, and every Thursday they do a what they call the Shakers list, and they highlight 10 different comic books that have sold for some ridiculous amount of money, and then the backstory as to why they sold for that amount of money. I just recently got permission from both the channel and Cover Price, where we get the information from, that they said, hey, any of your reads, if you want to put them on your channel, go ahead. So I'm going to start doing that, man. Hey, right? If I'm going to appear on someone else's channel, I'm going to snippet out some of my reads, and I'm going to upload them on my channel. So that's all I got going on. Yeah. And if anybody needs another talking head, I'm always available.
If anybody needs another talking head, JB, I truly appreciate you coming.
Oh, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it,
man. Guys, we will catch y'all next week on Chris's channel. He should be back from vacation by then. I'll be giving him a lot of hard time. Y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all next time.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. Techbot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. We've got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family, but we truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.